Came back for another video, huh? This video is possible because of Protectli Canada. There's an office in Canada now, I believe it's in Vancouver, that sells these to anybody Canadian to get them faster. So when you phone them or make a build online, they can test it and ship it out to you real quick. Now, my last video, people were complaining to me about, oh, you could buy that on AliExpress for much cheaper. You could have done that. Well, when your box that is for a firewall is your core device to keep your network working and it fails, and you bought it from AliExpress, and then it takes you about 2 months to get a new one, let me know how that works out for you. If you buy one from Protectli, a little bit more expensive price, you get a next box maybe a couple days later. None of this other thing here. So, rant over. I reached out to Protectli because they gave me a box right there that I'm doing some collab videos with a home network guy, and said, you know what, I really want to do a firewall because I was hoping the box that they gave me that's in my rack over there would do legacy BIOS, but it doesn't. It only does UEFI. So I couldn't use Sophos Onyx. So I reached out to them and said, hey, can I borrow, not keeping, borrow. Can I borrow a box? Don't need anything really high-end, just with some specs, because Sophos doesn't take advantage of all the CPU cores and all the RAM and all that stuff like a pfSense or OpenSense firewall. This box, we'll go over specs in a minute, is got 6 network ports, and I asked them, can I have an i5? So what'd they send me? So some of the specs, the reason why I asked for this box, is it's got an Intel i5 8250 quad core. Now, Sophos XG Home only lets you do 4 cores and 6 gigs of RAM. So this is perfect. This one will take up to 64 gigs, but when I asked them for it, I just said, hey, just 8 gigs of RAM and a small SSD, plenty of whatever for this project here. It does have 6 network ports in it, so we can see it. It's over there. It's running on the desk because I've been playing with it to install Sophos XG Home and to get it to work on Legacy. Now, the whole purpose of this experiment was to show people that you could still buy good, reliable hardware for Sophos XG at home. And a lot of guys in my last video said, why don't you still use Untangle? And my comment was, it's expensive. $150 a year for Untangle. You get no phone support. You get the crappiest web form support. It's gone downhill. And I said, Sophos XG is free 100%. It works. It does everything that Untangle does, and it's free. In this day and age, things are expensive. So when you can get things for free that does better and you have better support, the Sophos forums are really, really good. A lot of friendly people on there. Even if you ask dumb questions, they help you out. Untangle, you asked a dumb question, people would hammer on you, and it was just like, not worth it. So that's one of the reasons why I left. So this box, small SSD, quad core, 8 gigs of RAM. You can tailor these things up really, really high end to get and do a lot of stuff like Home Labs. I think Techno Tim's doing a couple of videos on these. So this video is going to help you guys find hardware that will use, that can do, and I believe this does UEFI too, but I've turned it off. It's on Legacy right now, so we can boot Sophos. Cold. It's been sitting on my desk for the last, probably about a week or two, because I've been monitoring its temperature and playing with it, factory resetting and stuff like that. I've got a quick video I'm going to throw you guys into that I did, and put all the arrows and stuff like that in there for the information that you're going to want, how to set up the BIOS so it will boot only Legacy, and how to install it. Pretty quick video. You can probably scrub through it quickly, but I did put some arrows and information in there for you guys that's going to help you out if you get one of these boxes. Yeah, you could probably get one at AliExpress because somebody posted on my video, and I was like, sure, you can get one from AliExpress for cheaper, but when it breaks and it's your core network, can you call up AliExpress and say, hey, my box is dead, can you give me a new one? Maybe you can get a new one, but maybe a month or so later. And if it's your core network, is that going to work? With Protectli? No. You phone them up, you'll have one. If I can have this almost next business day from Vancouver, anywhere in Canada, probably next business day, and I'm sure they'd help you out if you were in Canada, yeah, I think I'll go for that. I'm paying a little bit more price for something that's going to be good warranty and somebody to hand you a new device with yours breaks, if it breaks. then yeah, for me that's key. So just wanted to get that out there for people to know when they say, oh, I could buy this cheaper on AliExpress and stuff like that. It's not always about price. It's about what if later on it breaks? Are you going to get the same service and same support? Pretty sure you're not going to get that from AliExpress. But anyways, so I'm going to throw you into the video of how to configure and get this set up. And then after that, I'll plug in my Mac and I'll throw you guys how to go, or show you guys how to go through the menu to set it up for basic, because I'm running it here. And yes, I'm going to probably reach out to Jim, the IT guy, and say, hey, can you help me on a couple things? And then maybe we'll do a collab on that. I think he said he would be willing to do that, but let's jump in. So let's go. So this is what you get after you've done all the installation. You've got your 2 network cards plugged in. It's got more ports than what I need because I usually just do VLANs and tag and stuff like that. But if you guys want to do other things, maybe I'll do that in a couple of videos later on to do stuff. You can do that. So box is running. It's online. It's plugged into another network because it's double natting. But for this purpose, it should be fine. So let's walk through this quick wizard here. We definitely want to accept. And it's actually free to set up your home license. You only get 1 box. And I really like the fact that it has the portal. So if you're at work or somewhere else, you can log into your firewall. Kind of like the Untangle command center. But this one's better. Just because I said so. So we'll go setup. We'll create a password. Install latest firmware automatically. Let's not do that right away because we want to get through the wizard. It'll do its little spinny wheel. It wants to give us a name. So let's call this Lab Firewall. We're not in the UK. We are over down... Where am I? Nope, maybe I'm up here more. Why is this not... It's really funky. America, Vancouver. I'm on Vancouver Island, so we're going to click Vancouver for the time. This will change after. Actually, let's see if we can change this to... Current time is not 7 a.m. It is 2:04. Holy, where did my day go? 2:04 p.m. Continue. Firewall name. It did not like that. Lab dash firewall. What that? When you sign up for Home XG, it will send you a license key to put in here, and it's forever. I think mine's going to like $20.99 or $29.99, so like almost a year, 3,000. And I like that. So right now we're gonna go do not register right now, and we will have start a free trial, which will get us through to this. We'll go continue. Let's see here. This one, when you have your license, you put it in there. All of these go to $29.99, just so you guys know. We'll go next. This is where we get to pick our LAN. So we're going to leave this at default. We want to make sure we have enabled DHCP server. Unless you have something else giving out DHCP, just go from here. I'm going to change this range. I go from 100 to 200. And port 1, we'll go next. Or continue, sorry. We want to protect the network from threats, users from suspicious malware websites. You know what? I think I can make this bigger. Let's go at this and go... Sorry guys, maybe that'll be a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, scan files, sure. Send suspicious files to 0-day protection. Sure, that helps them out. We'll go next. We're not going to give any notifications right now because we don't need them. But they do it because I had to revert once because I was playing and broke something. Continue. All right, fine. We'll just go none at none.com. And then it'll let you go over all your network settings before you push finish. Okay, and we'll go finish. I do like how you can push send as an email, so that way you can have all the information for later's records. Push finish. I heard it beep, so it's still just doing a couple of things, and it should be coming on here in a second. I'm actually amazed at how fast this actual box boots. Let's see what this says here. See if we can ping this. Ping. Oh, Mac, it'll just continue. Let's see if it's online or not. Well, that was quick. It's up. Now we just gotta wait for it to do its thing right here. Oh, it's probably just doing some configuration, so we'll be right back. So it's online. It will drop us into the default portal. So let's see what happens here. So admin. What's the first thing it wants us to do? I believe this is the encryption window. It wants you to set a encryption password. Secure the store message key. Right now, I'm going to go skip for now. It's got new firmware. So you know what? I'll show you guys what that's like. Let's go at this and go upgrade now. It's going to show us you're only allowed to do 3 firmwares if you don't register it. Now what that means is if you're using the free trial, it does this. But if you have a license or you have your portal set up, which is what you set up to get your license, you log into it on the other page, not this one right here. You can click manage and then you log into it. It'll automatically change these windows for you. So right now let's do the firmware. It's the same firmware that I'm running on my personal one over there. So I'm gonna let it do its firmware and we'll be right back. Just waiting for the box to reboot. As you can see on here, on reboot, firmware version 19.5.2 MR2 will be applied. So as I'm sitting here waiting for it to come online, should be about a minute or so. Still cold, still silent. As it's booting, how about I show you guys what comes in the box when you buy these things. So my box got a label on it, my address. When you open it up, it actually gives you a little sticker on the front. Tells you all the specs, what you got. So mine says model FW6D, the CPU 8250U quad core AES with 6 gigabit network ports, 4 USB 3.0, USB COM, DDR4, and SSD. So, and I believe this build sheet, oh, that's a return. Is this return way bill? Oh, it is. What? No way. They give me a free return bill? Huh. Well, I'll have to use that to send that back to them because I was going to pay for that. So on here, what do we got? Right. So this is our build sheets. When you buy them from them and you customize them from their website, they do an actual build and test it and stuff like that. This one tells me the model. The SSD inside of it is a 32 gig mSATA module. And that says Crucial DDR4 SODIMM 16 gigs. I think mine's only got 8 in there. I'll have to double check that. But anyways, that comes in there. This is still booting. It's doing its initial. So in here, this nice little box that it comes in, well packaged. Styrofoam and everything. So, you know, if the shipping company kicks it across the truck, it still survives. Comes in that. And in here, we have power cord. I got boxes of them, so I didn't even use it. We got our console cable. Oh, back up. Got a SATA cable, so if you want to add a 2.5 gigs SSD in there with the power cable, it's all in there. Screws for the SSD and for the wall mount, so you can mount this to the back of the monitor or to the wall. Make sure that all stays in the box. Wink, wink, so I don't lose it. Okay. Very happy that these guys sent some stuff to me, so I'm going to do some more content for them. If they could send me the box, I'll do the videos, send it back to them. I'm happy with that. So this is the basic web GUI of when you reboot the box and you get logged back in. Very, very simple C stuff and the way it flows to do things on here. So let's see here. We got rules and policy. This is basically where our firewall is, in and then back out. We have our network, so we can see all our ports that are lined up here. So we'll see that we have all these ports, which are these ones here. You can switch them around, which I'll probably have to do if I want to, because on these boxes, and Linux does it, and every other manufacturer that I've dealt with does that. WAN and LAN are always reversed. Do that later on, I guess. But as we can see, this is what comes default when it installs. So our address from our WAN, obviously I'm double natting because I've got all my other IP addresses used. And then our subnet for internal. If we do a fast.com here, we should probably get full throughput through this box. And it's actually working full right now for a UTM, and I'll show you that. Rules and policies. Our default network that comes with this, you can see that it has IPS, AV, web content, and linked NAT all enabled. The only thing it doesn't have turned on, oh no, IPS is turned on. It is, and it's actually protecting. So if we go back up to Control Center, and then we click on Performance, still gathering data, so it's not as full as what it would be. We can see the performance of the box. Everything is green. CPU and memory. The graphs are pretty low because it's only been up for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. We can see that at booting, it was at 71%, probably loading all the modules and stuff. Network is going to be pretty low. Actually, you'll see that one spike because we just did the network test. Very clean, easy to use firewall. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys can add some stuff in my comments saying what you want me to go over, what things you would like to do. My current box, I have it doing a pile of things, and I actually really appreciate this firewall. So you guys have a great day, and I'm going to go outside because it is hot out there. See you later. Oh, and thanks Protectli for sending me this box. I'll be shipping this back to you guys soon here. See you guys later.